Hey, Rudy, I'll be back here in just a minute.
Welcome, race fans, here to the season finale of Maximum Speed Racing Nationwide Series at Homestead tonight. Going to be running 90 laps with the Nationwide car. Don't have a big field, but I think we're going to have a pretty good race out here anyhow. We will crown our champion tonight. It kind of looks like Tommy Lee may have that sewed up coming into tonight's race, so we'll definitely cover that with him when we get there. So, but welcome here, and hope you enjoy the show tonight. All right, coming down to about a minute here until the guys do take the grid or get ready to qualify. Excuse me. We will double check and make sure we do have everybody in the server that's supposed to be in here. And like I said, don't look like it's going to be a huge field here. 90 laps with the Nationwide car. And I'm looking for a pretty good race here tonight, I believe.
Alright, Rudy, I'm ready when you are.
For what?
To go live.
I am live.
Oh, hello, viewers.
Ready to go qualifying right now, so we're going to get down here and get ready to watch these guys take the qualifying order. And let's see what these guys can do.
Got some time starting to roll in. Looks like Timothy Lewis in the fours, your provisional pole sitter with a 32.407. Blake Barney in second with a 32.542. And Steve Hurst sitting in third with a 32.684.
You're not qualifying, Tommy?
I don't know.
All right, Rush up there with a 32.379. That was a good fast lap. Well, now stick to your guns and do what you said you were going to do. No,
Yep.
You'll go out there and you'll race it up with these guys and beat them all. And
Nope. I'm gonna stay with it because I told him I'd admit it since basically theoretically I've got it locked up because the two that are second and third didn't show up, so I'll go out there, turn a lap, then be ready to for the end of it. Help you do the broadcast and do the admin.
Roger that. Well, that'll prevent 3 or 4 cautions.
Oh, yuck, yuck, yuck.
I'm kidding.
I can tell you the first caution is going to be turn 1, lap 1 because you got Rush on the front row.
He'll be all right for a lap or two. Timothy's going to be right there with him, though. I don't know. Not exactly sure how Blake Barney's going to do. I look for Travis Brown to get up there as well. I haven't seen a couple of the guys qualify yet. Ed Hewitt, Bob Roberts hasn't qualified. Guys might be content with just riding in the back for a little while. There's James Blankenship coming in with a 32.383, real close to Rush. Mark Robertson.
Okay, so I might run the first 10 laps.
Aye.
Nah, probably not.
Oh, that'll make Rush feel good getting that pole, man.
Oh, yeah.
Qualifying is over, man. He's got to be
Hey, Ed, I need some admin stuff.
on top of the world right now. We'll get down here trackside.
Yep, I'm going to run over here and refill my water cup real quick and be ready to rock and roll.
Roger that. And you are now admin. All right, so starting on the pole here, Rush going to be starting on the pole in the number 69 with a 32.378. Living life good right here, right now with a good pole position. That will give him an extra point for taking the pole. In second place on the outside of him, James Blankenship in the number 94. Timothy Lewis hasn't gridded yet, starting on in the third spot in the number 4. Blake Barney on the inside of him in the number 11. In fifth, the number 21 of Mark Robertson. In sixth, the 14 of Steve Hurst. In seventh, the 922 of Travis Brown. Won the street stock race last night, not the championship. In eighth place, a 17 of Matthew Breckel. Tommy, I haven't seen him on the grid yet. He went to get something to drink. Nathan Sedlick here in the 714, starting 10th. There's Tommy Lease, going to be starting 9th. Okay, and haven't seen Ed on the grid yet. And it looks like Bob Roberts going to be taking up the rear of the field in the 47. So a small field here tonight. But maybe that's a good thing. Who knows? We'll see how everything works out for these guys. All right, rolling off now. Rush going to be bringing them around here to take the green flag.
Go ahead, Bob. All I'm doing is just taking the green flag, running the lap, and then I'm parking it and helping with the broadcast.
Where are you talking at, in-game?
Yes, sir, I was.
Well, then I must not have him muted. I do now. Sorry about that. Tommy, I'll get this thing off and rolling tonight here, and let's see how everybody does. 90 laps. Going to be a tough one here for some of these guys. Some of the guys may have a good hookup on this setup and be able to stay right up here in the lead. All right, pace car's off. Rush brings them to the line. James Blankenship right there in second. Green flag's out, and we're off and running here. Guys just getting them up to top speed now. Rush hanging on there, but James Blankenship up on the high side. As long as Rush don't wash up the hill, Timothy Lewis now looking to make it 3 wide down the backstretch. Ducks it back in behind Rush and thinks otherwise. Holy smokes, Rush going to come out of this on the top spot. Timothy Lewis inside James Blankenship now. So Rush leads the first lap here of the season finale here at Maximum Speed Racing Nationwide Series. Takes a pole, leads the first lap. He's got to be just living life good right now. James Blankenship in second. Timothy Lewis in third. Mark Robertson up to fourth. Does get by Blake Barney. Travis Brown now up to sixth. Nathan Sedlick in seventh. Matthew Breckel eighth. Ed Hewitt ninth. Bob Roberts 10th. And Steve Hurst taking up the rear of the field here in 11th. Let's get back up here to our leader. Jared Akey, Rush. Up here with a pretty comfortable lead right now, but it's James putting the pressure on him now. Still hanging under 2/10 behind him. Now Timothy Lewis ducking down, running on the bottom. Not a whole lot of grip down there, but boy, he gets a good run coming off of turn 2 and stays right there with James. Now drives it into 3 pretty hard. James on the preferred line up there on the top. And Timothy gets a great run coming off of 4 and takes over the second position. Wow, look at that.
Yeah, ready with that progressive banking, especially in turn 1 and 2. You start out, you're running right there about in the middle. Once you get some laps on the tires, the car picks up a push. And if they can hit that line just right to straddle basically the bottom groove and the middle groove, where they're kind of straddling right in the middle of them, it actually frees that car up a little bit and helps it turn a lot better.
All right, I didn't see you out there turning your 1 lap.
Oh yeah, I turned my 1.
Okay. I guess I missed it. All right, Timothy Lewis now starting to put the pressure on Rush. Just 2/10 behind him, closing up on him really fast here. Dives it down a little bit low there, but Rush on the preferred line. But Timothy's been getting a lot of good bite coming off of turn 4 right there on that low line. He does get some good bite that time, but not enough to overtake Rush. Looking ahead here from Timothy, we're going to watch him try to outdrive Rush coming out of turn 2. Can't quite do it this time. Rush starting to feel the pressure. Let's make sure he doesn't crack under that pressure. Driving it down a little bit too deep in that turn. That's going to cost him. Timothy gets a lot of bite coming off of 4 that time. Pulls it up beside him. That's where Rush messed up right there. Timothy going to roll into the lead. Rush taking the second spot. So Timothy out front. Wow, look at this. Timothy Lewis in the lead.
The freaky fast Jimmy John Chevrolet out front.
There you go. Rush diving it down to the bottom, but it's not going to stick down there, Rush. All right, so Timothy up in the lead, leads a lap. Great job by Timothy. Wow. Amazing racing right here by these guys. Mark Robertson in third, trying to hang on to third right there. Doing a great job with that. starting to close up on Rush to take that second position away from Rush, and Timothy just starting to pull away from Rush now. Rush got the lead his laps, and I think that made him feel pretty good out there, so he's just going to kind of ride right now. We're only taking lap 11, so they've got a long ways to go here to get this thing finished up here tonight. James Blankenship in 4th, Blake Barney 5th, Nathan Sedlick up to 6th, coming all the way from 10th, and here he is running in the 6th position. Definitely one to be reckoned with here tonight. Travis Brown in 7th. As Nathan Sedlick did get by him. Bob Robertson 8th, about 3.8 seconds behind the leader. Matthew Breckel back here, 8.5 seconds behind the leader, running in 9th. Steve Hurst in 10th, running really good, just passing up Ed. Ed going back to the last place now, having a little bit of trouble trying to negotiate this 1.5 mile track here. Man, Timothy Lewis out front. This is amazing. Great run for Timothy.
Oh, yes, definitely. And you know, Rudy, the more I'm sitting here and thinking about this, I think Bob Roberts is saving fuel. And the reason why I say that, you can make this a one-stop race, but you have to save fuel. There's no way to make it going out there and running hard every lap. You have to save fuel in it. So I think Bob Roberts is saving fuel. I really do.
Could be. He has kind of fallen back a little ways. Let's go back and check on him. He's kind of taking it easy right now, not really horsing it and not racing with anybody. You could be right. He's backing up them turns really good and holding that bottom. So you know he's got to be taking it easy in the turns.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he is a veteran driver and has turned a lot of laps here at Homestead and knows how to drive them and knows about these pit stops. So, he could have been out practicing and tested on that and said, okay, if I run this lap time, then I'm saving enough fuel. I can do it on one pit stop. So it's something. This is a fuel mileage race right here, and hopefully these guys really show this. He could wind up winning this on fuel mileage, so that's great. All right, Timothy Lewis still out front. Rush now 0.6 of a second, 0.7 of a second behind him. And Mark Robertson still hanging on there, about 1.1 seconds back. But he better look out, because here comes James Blankenship coming up his tailpipe. He's closing in on him pretty heavy here, coming to lap 17. He's looking to the inside of Mark Robertson, maybe to take that 3rd place. Finally got enough heat built up in them tires and got him just warmed up enough where he's getting good bite coming off the turns. And not to be this time.
Yeah, I think he got just a little bit loose coming off the corner there.
Nathan Sedlick now up to 5th, pacing himself, but he's picking off one driver at a time. That's what it's going to be here. You're going to have to just play it safe, play it cool. He's come all the way from 10th, and here he is running in the 5th spot. And now he's hunting down James Blankenship for that 4th position. Blake Barney still hanging on in 6th. Travis Brown 7th. Bob Roberts 8th. Matthew Breckel 9th, Steve Hurst 10th, and Ed Hewitt taking up the rear of the field as we speak. Rush starting to lose more time to our leader. Timothy is just, man, is he hooked up here tonight. There's Tommy, I'm telling you, he is doing a great job out there.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's real smooth, real consistent. I mean, you can sit there and just, I mean, look at you can even look at the lap times and tell. I mean, he's just, everything's right there, so consistent. And I mean, just clicking off laps. He's just out there riding right now, just out there taking his time, taking care of the car. That way, be ready to be there at the end of the race.
Well, we haven't seen Timothy win a race here at Maximum Speed Racing in a while. He did win one, gosh, I think it might have been last season since he's won his last one. But he's been taking care of some personal things and maybe hasn't raced as much as he wanted to. But here he is racing tonight in the season finale here and doing real well, so very proud of him. Rush still hanging on about 3/4 of a second behind Timothy. We got a good battle going on here for the third spot. James Blankenship keeps trying to get by Mark Robertson, but boy, I'm telling you, he is not, he can't do it on that low line.
Yeah, he's going to have to get up there and ride behind him and be able to get under him going into 3. So it looks like James gets through turn 3 so much better than Mark does because he's able to hold it down there. He's going to have to set him up in 1 and 2 and then make the pass in 3 and 4.
Mark just hit the wall there coming out of turn 4. Just a tap. I don't think it was anything to do any damage. So we're looking at pit stops between about, what, lap 40, 42, somewhere along in there. Oh, we got Blake Barney off of the... But he saves it coming off of 2. Boy, he got really squirrely there. And he kind of washes up the hill a little bit, pushes Travis Brown up the hill. But holds on to that position. Wow, that was close.
Yeah, there's a bump right there, and it's right where the corner transitions to the straightaway, and he hit that death bump, as I call it. Every time I hit it, I wreck.
Travis now looking to the inside of Blake to take over that position. As them two come down the backstretch side by side going into turn 3. It looks like Travis going to take that away from Blake Barney, but he washes way up the hill. Now Blake trying to crossover maneuver on him, but don't have enough horsepower coming off of turn 4 to get back by Travis.
Nathan Sedlick in the 714 making a move on James Blankenship in the 94. Completes that pass coming through turn 1 and 2.
Now he sets his sights on Mark Robertson, and Nathan definitely on the move here. Taking one at a time down. Coming out of the turn, though, Mark's always seems like he's always got enough there to get by him. He gets a great run coming off the turn, but I don't know, Nathan this time and James Blankenship both looking to come with him. Them both may get a run on Mark Robertson, but still can't do it. Mark's up on that high side where the grip is. Nathan just going to use up his tires there, not careful. So is James Blankenship trying to take that bottom line. All right, Rush still hanging on. Now about 1.9 seconds behind Timothy Lewis. Holy smokes, he's dropping like a paperweight. Timothy just out here so smooth. Now he passes up Ed Hewitt to put Ed a lap down.
Boy, Sedlick got a good run coming through 3 and 4 that last time through there. Was able to get up, and him and Robertson are side by side right now. go back off into turn 3, and looks like Nathan drives it off in there, completes the pass, and he's going to slide up right in front of him, see if Mark puts a crossover on him.
He's trying real hard here as they come down the front stretch side by side going into turn 1. Mark's got a pretty good run, but he's going to have to back out.
Oh,
now,
the 30 of Ed Hewitt into the wall.
Now Ed Hewitt right there in front of him. Boy, this is going to go 3 wide. Whoa, Nathan Sedlick goes right up the middle to keep that position. Wow, that was a little scary.
Little. Hell, I was scared up here. You know that.
So Nathan Sedlick now in the 3rd spot. He got by Mark Robertson. Now he sets his sights on Rush up here in 2nd. Rush is falling back. Man, is he falling back. Timothy Lewis is just on a rail here tonight. Just so good to see Timothy up there leading these laps, man. I'll tell you, this is exciting.
Oh yeah, up there leading, running good. And I mean, that's what it's all about out here. Just getting out here, having some fun, racing. I mean, yeah, Timothy's got luck like Rush does. He normally gets caught up in somebody else's mess up or junk, but it's really good to see him out here, out front, leading. Looks like the car's handling great. He's got that freaky fast Jimmy John going out front, and he ain't looking back.
He is freaky fast. He was patient at the beginning there and set Rush up for that pass. And, man, I'll tell you what, for starting 3rd, and here he is leading, and already has led the most laps with 22 laps, 23. Rush led the first 7, and Timothy's led the other 23.
Rush got into the wall coming off of turn 4 that time. Looks like he's lost the handle on the car. Looks like the right front's gone pretty bad.
Now he's trying to hold off Nathan Sedlick. Nathan's going to work him over. Nathan kind of drives it down toward the bottom. Rush clear up against that wall, but he gets a great run coming off the 4 and still maintains that position. But going into 1 here, this could be a different story. Nathan Sedlick gets a good run. Rush has to go up the hill, and Nathan passes him on the low line and takes over 2nd spot. All right, Nathan coming to the line here, 3.4 seconds behind Timothy Lewis. Man, has he ever got a lead out there in front. Timothy Lewis is just cruising around here. Coming around this time to take lap 34 out of 90, so this is getting kind of interesting. We're not really that far from green flag pit stop, so we'll keep an eye on some of these guys to see when they do come down pit road. It looks like Ed Hewitt's been on pit road already, but he is 4 laps down, I'm showing. Now Timothy goes by Matthew Breckel to put Matthew a lap down.
Rudy, I must have been mistaken, because I got on and talked to one of the drivers a second ago, and he said he's still showing to have about 25 laps of fuel left in the tank. So I must be thinking about some other vehicle here that you have to stretch the fuel on.
Well, I'm thinking that you can probably only go about 42 laps, but I may be wrong too. Maybe like about 48 laps, I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you can make it much past 48 or 50, but I could be wrong too. I don't know. I don't remember what the fuel window was here.
Yeah, I've slept since then.
Yep, me too. Okay, Nathan Sedlick still 3.8 seconds behind Timothy Lewis. James Blankenship gets by Rush to go into the 3rd position. So Rush going back to 4th. And now he's got a rear view mirror full of Mark Robertson. These guys pretty much have about used up their tires. Rush kind of taking it way down low. I think he's kind kind of just riding it out right now. He knows Mark's a little bit faster than him. Mark is up there on the preferred line. Rush trying to hold on to it on that low line, and that's just not the line. But boy, he got a great run coming off of 4 that time. Wow. Those two race it out here side by side. Oh, Rush washes up the hill a little bit. Almost gets into the side of Mark. Decides to back out and let him go. All right, Nathan Sedlick now 4.3 seconds behind Timothy Lewis. Timothy's out there in another zip code.
Yeah, I went up there and chatted a little bit with Timothy there, and he said basically he's out there riding, trying to take care of the tires, take care of the car, just trying to get out there and turn laps. He's out there praying for no caution, so get down, make pit stops. I mean, unless something drastically changes here, he messes up getting on pit road or something, he's got this thing in the bag.
Yeah, coming up on the halfway mark here in about another 5 or 6 laps. So, and he's already led 31 laps out here today. This is a pretty awesome. This has been a great race so far. I mean, man, I don't want to jinx it. Knock on wood. I always seem to jinx it. All right, Nathan in second, James Blankenship in third. James having a great run here today. Mark Robertson in fourth, Rush in fifth after starting on the pole. Travis Brown in sixth, Blake Barney seventh, Bob Roberts eighth, Steve Hurst up to ninth, Matthew Breckel in 10th, and Ed Hewitt 11th. Tommy Lee not on the track. All right, let's get back up here to, there was a great battle going on here, I believe. Mark Robertson, no. James Blankenship gets by Nathan Sedlick for second place. Look at this. Turning the heat up, James.
Yeah, I think something happened to Sedlick the last time they went off into turn 1. I don't know, going back looking at it, looks like he just let him, Blankenship had to run on him getting in the corner, he just let him by. They're trying to do everything they can to catch Lewis up there, and I mean, I've been watching the interval difference between these guys. They're losing anywhere from 1/10 and a half to 2/10 a lap. So they're out there searching around, trying to find something new.
Yeah, they're about 5 seconds behind Timothy up here. James is, and dropping. It just seems like they're just hanging there right now at that 5 second mark. He does get a pretty good run coming off of 4 and gains a little bit of time on him. And it seems like coming off of 2, he loses a little bit of time. So I think James may be a little bit faster in 2, but Timothy's a little bit faster in 4, 3 and 4.
Yeah, they picked a 1/2 back up on that lap right there, and 1/2 at 5 seconds. That's 500 laps it would take them at that rate to catch up.
All right. Lap 44, so we are almost at the halfway mark.
See that 1/2 that James picked up the lap before, he just lost it plus another 1/2 to Lewis. I'm telling you, Timothy's on a rail out there. He's on autopilot.
That's for sure. Well, we're gonna take just a quick break here, and we will be right back. All right, welcome back here, folks. Just took a quick little break there to make sure that everything's running good here and smooth. So we're back now. Try to get this thing finished up here. Lap 48 in the books as Timothy crosses the line. Still got about a 5.1 second lead over James Blankenship, and this has been a super great race. No caution so far in this race.
Got a couple guys on pit road, Rudy. 69 of Jared Akey on pit road. Got him some tires and some fuel.
All right. That's his first pit stop of the day. Looks like him and Nathan Sedlick have both pitted while we were away.
47 of Bob Roberts is hitting pit road right now as we speak.
Well, let's go down here and check in with Bob Roberts. Giving up the 6th place.
Here comes your leader down pit road.
All right, Timothy Lewis coming down pit road. Let's check it out here. Now, it looks like James Blankenship's going to stay out there, possibly to lead a lap.
Timothy just calm, collected, just right down the pit road speed, right down on it.
Great job by Timothy, man. I'm telling you what a driver he has been today. I mean, I got nothing but good to say about him. He has just wowed me today.
Yeah.
Just so calm, cool, and collected. Maybe he just had a couple drinks before he come in there and just stayed cool about everything. So very good job. Oh, and the caution comes out. Oh, that's unfortunate for some of these guys. Who was that? Who was that wrecked? I didn't see.
21 of Mark Robertson. I was trying to get on pit road, got on that access road, just a little too hot, and it come around on him.
Well, let's go back and take a look at this. It was unfortunate for Mark. Mistakes like that, you know, you can't afford to make, running as good as he was running, and miss pit road like that.
Tell you one person who that's lucky for is Timothy Lewis, because he is going to be the first car one lap down.
Oh, he just barely caught the edge of the grass coming down the service road, and just enough to hook you. So, man, unfortunate for Mark. All right, well, he does get caught back up here to the field, and James Blankenship is going to be scored as our leader, and he's coming down pit road.
Yeah, I think the rest of the guys that haven't come down pit road yet are going to come down. I mean, you've got, let's see, who's that? You've got Sedlick, Breckel, Hewitt, Akey, and Bob Roberts that have all hit pit road already and have laps on their tires. Timothy Lewis in the 4, on the other hand, was leaving pit road when that happened.
Right. So this is going to shake it up a little bit here. They come around. There's all these guys, James Blankenship, Blake Barney. These guys all coming back down pit road. Mark Robertson on pit road now. Steve Hurst on pit road. Travis Brown. Looks like everybody is away. Mark Robertson still checking everything over, making sure he's got everything. Steve Hurst, 4-tire change for Steve Hurst. And he used his reset, his one and only reset, so good deal. Everybody out here going to be with a fresh car coming around.
Yeah, Blankenship had a little bit of damage on the right front of his, got it fixed. I actually think everybody had a little bit of damage. I think the only one that didn't was Timothy Lewis in the 4.
Well, that puts Timothy in 4th place now, so let's see if he can get up here and tangle with James Blankenship, our leader. and see what he can do with them.
I don't think that'll put him in 4th just yet. I think it's going to line him up 6th, I believe, because he'll be the first one lap days, first one behind the pace car. You've got 6 on the lead lap that had already pitted, or that hadn't pitted yet.
You're right. Yeah, I'm showing him 5th, but yeah, Timothy Lewis should be 5th. Yeah. Looks like Steve. Where's Steve Hurst going
to be? Steve is actually going to line up 4th. Timothy's going to stay 5th. Mark Robertson got a penalty for bringing the caution out. It looks like whenever they crossed the line, Steve had not got past Timothy yet.
Okay. All right, well, good deal by these guys, man. What a run. Rush out there in the 8th position. Bob Roberts 9th, Matthew Breckel 10th, and Ed Hewitt 11th. And Tommy Lee, our champion, in 12th. Well, let's see what these guys have got for James Blankenship, our leader. He was pretty fast there. It seemed like he wasn't fast on new tires, Tommy, but once the tires started coming in, man, he was like a rocket on that thing. So I would look for him to, even if he does lose the lead here early on, I look for him to come back later on in the race and try to challenge. So that is maybe. He may have been just kind of holding back a little bit. They can make it from here on tires and fuel. They've only got a handful of laps left here. What, about 35 laps?
Yeah, I believe that's right.
So should be a good race. That's first caution of the day. Very cool. Proud of the guys. We've had 3 lead changes. First caution. Now, I know we always say cautions breed caution, so I hope and pray these guys don't get out there and get a little rambunctious and, just run the track down a little bit, run the laps down, then race it out at the end, because we've seen a good long green flag run there by everybody, and everybody was challenging everybody out there. So, it looked like a lot of fun. I think Steve Hurst has got to get up on the high side. I don't think he knows that yet. You might want to let him know. Pace car's off. Why are they starting like that?
Well, I think Steve might have got a penalty on pit road. Then, with Timothy getting the wave around, he would have to start on the inside line, single file. Everybody behind him that took the wave, line up single file. So we're really going to see what this happens here. One thing I'm really interested in watching, Nathan Sedlick started 10th and drove all the way up to 2nd. Had to use a good bit of his tires to get there. Timothy Lewis was able to start at the front and able to just go ahead and get out front. I want to see what Nathan can do with Timothy now that he's got some fresh tires.
There's them 3 up front battle. Timothy's reeling them in here, closing up the gap here, 0.6 of a second behind the leader, and closing out there on new tires and really hooking up well. Hopefully he'll get back into the groove of things. Oh, it looks like Travis Brown a little bit loose. James Blankenship coming down pit road. What's going on with James?
Not exactly sure, Rudy. I know he just called it out a second ago that he was pitting.
What the heck? Did he forget to put fuel in, or?
Good question.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate, man. He was out there racing and running really good. Timothy Lewis now working over the back here of Blake Barney, our new leader.
Rudy, what I'm getting is he had to serve a black flag for passing the pace car, and I guarantee you, whenever he came onto the access road, getting on the pit road under caution,
Yeah.
I guarantee you that's what it was.
Well, you know, this track is noted for that glitch, and because of that service road, and it's unfortunate. I hate to see these guys getting these penalties on this track like this, man. That's just, I hate it for them.
Yep. Looks like Timothy Lewis has moved up here in the second spot behind Blake Barney.
Looks like James is taking his car behind pit road. Oh, man.
Yeah, I think he was pretty upset about that. Which, I mean, like I say, running up front like that and then something like that happens. Yeah, he'd have been the first car one lap down if we'd have had another caution, but that's a big if considering we ran, 50 laps under green without a caution?
Yeah. Well, Timothy's starting to close up on Blake Barney now. He's down to under 3/10 and caution is out. Oh, Mark Robertson into it and Rush. Oh, brother, let's go back and take a look at what happened to Mark and Rush.
Looks like Rush got loose coming off of turn 4.
Looked like he was a little squirrely coming off of 2, and Mark went on the inside of him going into turn 3.
Yep, and Rush just got a little bit loose coming off of 4. Oh, and Steve Hurst, hard contact with the outside wall.
Oh, man, he come right down the hill into Mark Robertson. So Rush bringing out the caution here. Caution number 2, and this is just what we hated to see. Cautions breed cautions, as we say, and man, this sucks for these guys. I hate it. Very unfortunate.
Got a couple takers coming down pit road. I believe I'd be on pit road.
Well, our 2 leaders staying out, Blake Barney and Timothy Lewis. So Timothy might be thinking maybe on the restart he might be able to get a run on Blake on this restart and get by him. Who knows? Now watch the black flags fly here because I'll bet you Travis Brown just passed Timothy Lewis.
But now we're going to have the issue. You got Matthew Breckler, who's 2 laps down. Steve Hurst, who had to tow on his. Mark Robertson's got damage and used his reset. So he's going to have to sit in there and get some damage fixed. Then you've got Rush, who's sitting in there with a good bit of damage to the right rear, a little bit of damage to the front. He's going to have damage to get fixed. Bob Robertson's got a clean car, Nathan Sedlett's got a clean car, and Travis Brown's got a clean car. You got the 2 out front who ran, how many laps they run between the caution right there, Rudy?
About 7 or 8.
Yeah, so you got 7 laps on your tires. I would have come in and got tires, being me, even the position that they're in right now, I believe I'd still come down pit road.
Well, we know Timothy's been really, really good out there, even on old tires. He was pulling away from them guys, so I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how good of a call this is going to be, but I think Travis Brown might be able to eat these guys up for a lap or 2. So give him about 2 laps to get up there, him and Nathan Sedlick, and challenge these guys and get by them, and then they may be in clean air. I think clean air is kind of a ticket here tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, 64 laps in the books. We got about 25 laps to go to finish this up when they go across the line one more time here. And we're seeing a few guys getting tangled up into that. Steve Hurst, Rush got tangled up into it, Mark Robertson. These guys all seem to be getting back off the pit road now. Mark and Rush getting off pit road, getting caught up to the rear of the field. Oh, Mark back on pit road again.
Yeah, Mark's got a pretty substantial amount of damage to the right front corner of his. And with this snug and tight as the setup is, it's really going to affect the handling of it.
Oh, that's for sure. All right, so Blake Barney going to start him out here. Timothy Lewis second. Travis Brown third. Nathan Sedlick fourth. Bob Roberts fifth. Rush going to be starting sixth. Mark Robertson, the last one on the lead lap, starting seventh. Matthew Breckel, first one a lap down, starting eighth. And I believe Matthew will get the weight by, won't he?
I believe, he already did because he was 2 laps down.
Oh, he got it already? I thought they didn't
Yes.
give it to him until 1 to go.
No, whenever the leaders make their move to pit road, then that's whenever they give it.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, there we go. Okay, so Matthew going to be scored. He's making one more pit stop. Probably not a bad idea. And these guys getting ready to go green here in just a couple of minutes. Blake Barney going to start him out here, and Timothy Lewis in the Jimmy John's Chevrolet up on the high side, number 4. Let's see what he's got for Blake Barney here on this restart. Tommy, you want to start him off here and get him going?
Yes, sir, I can.
Hopefully this will be the last time we'll get these guys called down tonight.
All right, they come out of turn 4. Pace car is off. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Green flag. Let's go.
Blake Barney and Timothy Lewis both get a great restart on that. Timothy up on the high side. Let's see what he's got. He is on the preferred line where Blake Barney's got to kind of hold it down there in that Ford. Boy, and that guy's really loose coming off, and it looks like Timothy is going to prevail on this, maybe being pushed by Nathan Sedlick up on the high side. Blake Barney driving it in real hard. Oh, my God. Travis washed up the hill a little bit, pushed Bob Roberts up the hill. Timothy Lewis going to be our new leader coming to the line. All right, lap 68, Timothy getting back into his usual rhythm that he was running earlier. Already starting to show a little bit of muscle out here, pulling away from Nathan Sedlick and Blake Barney. Nathan's not going to take that lightly, though. He's going to try to put a little pressure on Timothy. Let's see if he can make Timothy make a mistake. But, boy, I don't know. Timothy's been so strong out there all day.
Yeah, but there you go once again. He's got those about 8 lap older tires, and to me, I think tires are gold here.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Now Nathan, looks like Nathan had a pretty good run up on the high side that time. That's going to force Timothy to ride that low line, not where he wants to be. Nathan up on the high line where there is lots of bite, but Timothy's been doing really good coming off of turn 4. Now it looks like Timothy's still going to lead. Coming to the line, it slides it across the nose of Nathan Sedlick. Wow! That was a tight fit. Did you see that?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
I'm still trying to catch my breath from it.
Woo, man, you couldn't have fit a piece of paper between them two. And he does it again. He slides it up across the nose. So Timothy, man, he is driving the wheels off of that thing. Nathan trying to get a run on that low line, but Timothy is just too strong on that line he's at. Now Blake Barney dives it to the outside, tries to get a run on Nathan Sedlick. High line is, well, mid to high line is actually where there's good bite up there. But boy, I don't know. These two still battling it out. Now Nathan Sedlick slides it up there, back in the second spot. Blake Barney working over the back bumper of that car, though. Timothy Lewis still out in the lead, has led the most laps today, and nobody can touch him right now. 19 laps to go. Nathan really putting the pressure on him. Oh, and he almost slides it up the hill into Timothy, but keeps it off of him and saves it for another turn. great racing going on there. Back third, fourth, and fifth now starting to tighten up. Blake Barney in third. Bob Roberts now gets up to fourth. Travis Brown in fifth. Mark Robertson sixth. And Rush back here in seventh with all that damage all rushed up. Still running in seventh, 13 seconds behind our leader and losing a ton of time. After being our pole sitter and leading a bunch of laps up front, he's still running pretty decent though. Now Nathan Sedlick about 2.5 tenths behind our leader and trying to close up. Timothy is just so dominant out there today. Man, I hope, even if he doesn't win, I hope he finishes second or third so we can get him in the booth here to talk with us. Because, man, this is going to be awesome to talk to Timothy today.
Just like I mentioned earlier, Rudy, he's back to running those consistent lap times. Nathan Sedlick had to drive it pretty hard there, trying to get around him, and just wasn't able to, and got the tires pretty hot on it. So be interesting to see exactly what's going to happen these last 15 laps.
Yeah, Timothy just so smooth. Sedlick has closed up on him a little bit. Wanting to maybe make another run at it, but coming to 15 to go this time, and he's not going to be able to waste too much more time. Laps are counting down really quick. When he gets down to 10 to go, he better be setting something up here if he's going to try to get by Timothy. Man, Timothy is just so strong out there. And he is maintaining his line, doing a great job of it. I'm telling you what. Now Nathan Sedlick doing everything he can to try to get some draft off of him. And Timothy doing what he can to keep him at bay.
Yeah, I think those tires are starting to show right now.
Well, Nathan's going to have to get a run on him going into one of the turns here and get a nose up under him in order to get by him. Because Timothy is holding his line, the line he's been holding for pretty much the whole race. But Blake Barney right there looking on, and I'm telling you what, he's just waiting for them two to get tangled up, and he'd maybe take the lead here and go for the win. Coming to 13 to go. Nathan goes way up the hill. Blake Barney wants to try to get that second place away from him. Looked like Nathan maybe just overdrove that turn that time. Now he gets a great run, closes up on Timothy Lewis. Boy, did he ever get a great run that time. Timothy can't come up into his slot.
Yeah, I think Timothy got a little bit loose coming off that corner right there.
Timothy down on that white apron, boy, and that's not a good place to be. Boy, he drives it off the turn, though, and boy, I'll tell you what, these guys are racing like it is the last lap, and we're not even close to the last lap.
Reminds you of Tuesday night.
Yeah, pretty much. Nathan Sedlick up there where Timothy wants to be. He needs to slide it up, and he does. Slides it up in front of Nathan Sedlick. Nathan looking to the inside now, going into turn 3. Pushes, oh man, as he slides it up right across in front, Timothy comes back on the crossover maneuver. Oh my God, where did Timothy learn all this stuff? And caution is out.
Crossover all at the same time.
Wow, that was amazing. Well, let's go back and take a look. Bob Roberts. Whoa, bringing out the caution here. We'll go back and take a look at Bob Roberts and see what happened. Do I sound like I did last night, like I'm going to have a heart attack? Bob gets into the wall just a little bit coming off a 2 right there. And he's got Travis Brown on the inside. He kind of drives it down here, and it looks like Travis drives it in hard and washes up the hill and right into Bob Roberts. So Travis bringing out the caution here in the late going on lap 11. Actually happened on lap 12. Very unfortunate for Bob Roberts. Man, he was running so good. Now he's going to have a ton of damage on that car. Timothy Lewis on pit road. Wanting to get 4 fresh tires on that car. Might be a good call for him. As he comes off of pit road now. Nathan Sedlick coming off pit road. Rush on pit road. Mark Robertson on pit road. Steve Hurst still sitting on pit road. So a little bit of a shake-up here. Blake Barney, the only one staying out. Timothy Lewis still coming out second. I think these guys are going to probably eat Blake Barney up. What do you think there, Tommy?
I'm sorry, Rudy, I stepped away for a second. Do what now?
I said I think these guys are probably going to eat Blake Barney up. He stayed out and did not pit, but everybody else did pit.
Yeah, he's not sitting in too good of a spot, but I tell you one other person that's not sitting in a real good spot either. That would be the 4 of Timothy Lewis.
And why is that?
The pace car did not get out of the pits in time before Timothy went down the access road and got onto pit road. Therefore, he received a 15-second hold penalty that he will have to serve under green.
Oh, no, you're kidding me. You are kidding me.
Yep, that's what I was up there speaking with him, and that's what he said.
Oh, my word. Well, I still want to talk to him, so let him know we want to talk to him because he has just ran an outstanding race today.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that was just amazing. All right, so Timothy going to have to serve that under green, but he'll be restarting second. Nathan Sedlick third. Matthew Breckel in fourth. Travis Brown fifth. Mark Robertson sixth. I don't know. I think they got it jumbled up here. Looks like Matthew Breckel going to come down pit road now. Going to give up that spot to get 4 fresh tires. Everybody else pretty much staying out.
Yep. There's only one thing that can save Timothy Lewis right now. We get back to green if excuse me, if the caution comes out before we complete 4 laps, he will not be able to serve that. So that is one that we will have to clear for him. The only thing with that is, with clearing it, he'll have to start at the back. It's basically he'll have to drive down pit road and start at the back of the lead lap cars, which right now there's only, looks like 7 of them.
Wow. Well, we'll have to see if this works in Timothy's favor, but, oh man, that's a bummer. That's a real bummer.
Right back, Rudy.
All right, getting ready to go green. Pace car ducks off. Blake Barney brings him to the line. Timothy Lewis right there with him. Let's see what happens and see if this does play into Timothy's hand. But Nathan Sedlick does get a good run coming up on the inside of Timothy Lewis. Them two battling. They've been battling for a long time. Reeling in our leader here, Blake Barney. Blake out there on older tires, and both these guys go by, put him in the middle, and just go right on by him. Timothy Lewis back up in the lead. Nathan Sedlick in tow. Timothy's going to have to stop and make that, serve that penalty here in the next couple of laps. unless that caution comes out. And Nathan's going to have a great run on him coming into turn 1. Nathan wanting to lead this lap. Boy, he slides it up across the nose of Timothy Lewis. Timothy pulls that crossover maneuver on him again, going into turn 3. Pushing Nathan up the hill. These two battling. Oh my word, I'd never seen Timothy battle like this. This is awesome. He comes out of the turn here, going to lead another lap. Nathan Sedlick almost beating him to the line. Timothy only got another lap or two, I believe, here, and he's going to have to stop and serve that penalty, or he'll get a black flag and get disqualified. Still running hard here, though. Not going to serve it yet. Washes up the hill a little bit. Nathan Sedlick right there. And Timothy gets another great run off of turn 4. Man, he is so strong coming off of turn 4 and still continues to lead as him and Nathan go side by side. He drives it into one hard here. Man, Timothy. Where is he finding all this extra horsepower?
I don't have a clue there, Rudy.
What's going on? Isn't he going to have to stop here? Or?
I believe so.
Well, he's already gone about 4 laps, and he ain't served it yet.
I think he's just out there and gonna just run it and finish it.
Well,
unless that was it right there.
Yeah, that could have been it. Could he just let everybody go by? I hope you told him don't leave.
Yeah.
Because I want to talk to him. I'm telling you what, Timothy he dominated out there today. There is just no other way of putting it.
There it went.
All right, so that's going to put Nathan Sedlick up in the front. 2 laps to go. This time by, they're going to get the white flag. Nathan Sedlick in first, Blake Barney second, and Travis Brown in third. This time by, taking the white flag. 1 more lap at Homestead. In the nationwide race here, man, it's been an absolute amazing race. Looking at the stats, we've had 3 cautions, but 11 lead changes, and I'm telling you what, Timothy Lewis was just a dominator out here today. Looks like he's going to probably finish in about the 5th place. The led 55 laps. But coming out of turn 4 right here is going to be our winner, Nathan Sedlick, coming to the line. Going to win it here today at Homestead. Great job. Man, what a race, Nathan Sedlick. I'm telling you, that boy really, really dominated here today.
Yes, sir.
Him and Timothy just, oh man, I'm telling you. What a race. What a race.
I will grab our top 3 finishers.
Roger that.
All right, ready? We got the top 3 in here.
All right. Nathan Sedlick, this is Rudy in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. Rudy, go ahead.
Holy smokes, Nathan. I'm telling you what, you and Timothy Lewis out there just put on one heck of a show, brother. Congratulations on your win, first off. But tell us about how that racing was and how your race was for you in a whole today.
Oh, it's a pretty good race out there. Tip of the hat goes to Timothy there. Tough luck passing that pace car. It's tough entering that pits here, and some people get ahead, and I've learned it the hard way myself. But a tough race. Tried to pit early, maybe make up a couple seconds on Timothy when he was leading out there. Got caught by a caution, but cautions fell pretty good there at the end. I was able to get some fresh tires on it and gain on the guys and everything. But yeah, real good racing out there. Real fun with this fixed set. and keeps it close and steady, and everybody's under control, and it's a lot of fun out there with these guys. Trying to earn some respect with them, racing a couple races here and there with Max Speed, so I'm really enjoying myself, and tip of the cap to the other guys.
All right. Well, thank you, Nathan. Great job out there today. Man, it was just amazing to watch you and Timothy battling out so hard like that. I mean, it was just lap after lap after lap. And to see you guys, you give a little bit, he'd give a little bit. You'd cross over and get him. He'd cross over and get you back. So, I mean, that was just amazing racing. No other word for it. Great job out there today. You got anybody you want to say hello to or give a thank you to, Nathan?
Just big thank you to DK Trucking here on the side, Fast Forward Racing, and all you guys and everything that you do with everything you got going on. Like I said, relatively new, but everything looks good, and it was real fun out there with Timothy, and that's real fun racing. I enjoy doing that, plotting and figuring out what you're going to do and trying to get in the guy's head, so real good time.
All right. Well, thanks for talking with us, Nathan. Again, congratulations on your win here today at Homestead for the season finale here tonight at the Nationwide Series. So great job.
Thank you again, and congratulations to your champion.
Yes, sir. Tommy Lee going out there. I almost forgot about that, but we'll get a word in with him in here in a minute. Tommy, you got second place there, Blake Marney to talk to.
Yeah, I finally caught up with him, Blake. It's Tommy Lee. You got me?
Yeah, I got a copy.
All right, man. Tell me exactly what you were thinking. I mean, basically the whole race you kind of rode about mid-pack or so, then right there at the end, caught them couple of cautions, and you stayed out. Was that part of your plan, was trying to stay out and just stay up there, or what exactly was going on strategy-wise?
Well, this is the first time I've ever been racing in these cars, honestly, first time ever racing. So I was kind of really debating if I should stay out or not. I really didn't know. So I just figured I'd stay out and wish for the best. But at the end there, Nathan just got me because he's on fresh tires, and I think if I would have went in with those guys, I would have had a better shot at winning this thing.
Alrighty, well, I mean, like I say, you ended up finishing second, had a good run, kept the car clean all day. Anybody you want to give a shout out to or a thank you to?
I'd like to give a shout out to all the ex-cow guys watching the race, and a shout out to you guys for putting this on.
Alrighty, Rudy, have you caught up with Travis Brown yet?
He should be here with us. Travis, you got a copy?
Yes, Rudy.
Travis, you win last night in the street stocks. You come in here, and, man, you really ran good today. Not sure if you were hooked up as good as some of these other guys, but you hung in there. My hat's off to you for that. You finished third tier today. Congratulations on that, but tell us about your racing today.
Well, before I get to my race, I want to apologize to Bob Roberts. I got into him late there, and that was totally my fault. I feel bad for him. We had a good battle going, but this is really... This is my first race ever in the B car at Homestead, so I'm starting to like this track. So I'll be racing here a lot more often. So it was a good race. Like I said, I apologize to Bob, and happy for Nathan. He put on a heck of a show up there with Timothy. It was fun to watch from where I was.
It sure was. Yeah, that was some great racing up front. But you coming home third today, Travis, nothing to sneeze at, brother. I mean, you got to be proud of your run. That was one heck of a job. You did keeping it up there in front, hitting your pits on, perfectly. Not making any mistakes was the key here today, as we've seen. Poor Timothy, man, dominated this race, and getting caught by that 15-second penalty he had to serve under green. Very unfortunate for him. But anyhow, congratulations to you finishing third, Travis. And you want to give a shout-out to anybody?
Yeah, I want to thank George Bark at Bark Competition. Check him out at georgebark.com. And congrats to Nathan on this. And thank you guys for putting this on. It's been a lot of fun this week. Hopefully I'll be back racing full-time next season.
All right. Well, thanks for talking with us, Travis. Great race out there today, brother.
Thanks, Rudy.
All right, wanted to get Timothy down here. Let's see if we can find Timothy, Tommy, and we will get... there he is. Timothy. Timothy?
Hey, buddy, I got you.
Hey, great race out there today, brother. You dominated this race. You just totally freaking dominated it. I know you got that 15-second penalty, and I know there's a lot of issues with this track. And I mean, you know, we can't really blame it on anybody in particular. Just the issues with the track, where the pits are, that service road, it really does create a lot of havoc out here. And but tell us about your racing today, Timothy, because you were just freaking awesome out there today.
Hey, thanks, Rudy, for pulling me down here. Means a lot to me. Yeah, all my fault. I mean, if the caution hadn't came out earlier, I think I had a 5-second lead. That was just kind of gut wrenching when it did. But I think I had the race. But that was on me. And then, yeah, I can't really. Yeah, that is kind of a bad thing that happens. But I knew about it. I knew that this track done that, but I just forgot about it. So I was too anxious and wanted to get in there and pit and get 2 tires. I had 2 tires and 1 gallon of gas, and I was going to get back out. And yeah, just one of those things. I'm not mad at, not upset at all. I had a great. The fastest car didn't win today. I've never had a race like that, so still got to feel good about that.
Well, Timothy, you know, you definitely had the dominant car and definitely the fastest one out there we've seen, like you said, and I agree 100%. But for Nathan Sedlick to put the pressure on you like he did, you guys battling back and forth, he would pass you, you do the crossover and pass him back. That was just freaking amazing, brother. That, I mean, I can't stress to you. I think Tommy thought I was going to have a heart attack here, because I was just like, come on, guys. You know, you guys put on one heck of a show out there today. Just amazing.
Absolutely. He had better tires than I did, and yeah, I probably broke the rules a little bit there. It was too early to be blocking, but I did block him. I thought if I can just get a couple laps here and get away from him, I think I got this. But he raced me clean, and you know, I did cut in front of him a couple times, try to keep him from getting under me, because I knew he had tires fresher before, because one caution we had there, I was trying to look and see what was going on, and I was going to pit, and I didn't, and stayed out with, I think it's the 11 car, the young guy there, and
Blake Barney.
So yeah, Blake, and him and I stayed out, and I thought if I can just get going and get back in my groove, I got this. So yes, I did block him a little bit, but I thought, okay, it's the last race of the season and all that, so I'm going to do it anyway. Sorry about that.
I don't really see it as blocking. You know, I mean, you kind of slid your nose right up in front of him, and that one time, I swear, you couldn't have fit a piece of paper between you two. I don't know how you did it. You needed a shoehorn to get the rear of your car in front of his nose. And it seemed like the very next turn he did the crossover on you and did the same exact thing back to you. So, you know, you guys were that was just hard racing. He was going to have to earn that position the same as you were going to have to earn it back from him. So you guys, you know, raced each other clean, hard, and I think that's just what it's all about here. You just gotta race hard, you know. Anything else that you wanted to throw out there to your fans or anybody that might be watching to kind of give them maybe some pointers how to run this track or anything?
I raced when I first started racing. It was on Xbox, and Miami was my best track. I dominated there. I know Xbox is a totally different thing than what this is, and some of their bad games got me to come here, and I'm glad that, you know, I've never looked back. Really, what I want to do here, I mean, just 5 minutes left of practice. Tommy Lee's the one that he's the one that done this for me. He come on there and told me, he said, let off early and, you know, baby the throttle, do not hammer it back down. I done that, and I got a 5-second lead. So this is all about Tommy Lee here. He's the one that I just started doing that. I done that about 4 or 5 laps, the last of practice, and I thought, wow, that is something. And I done that all the way through the race. And then when I was out front and I got it 2 or 3 seconds lead, I thought, okay, I'm just going to kind of save my tires. And the more I tried to save my tires, the faster I started going. So it's I have to thank Tommy Lee on this one, and thank you guys for this race. And I know I'm not supposed to be on the broadcast channel here, but I do appreciate you bringing me in here.
Well, Timothy, that was well deserved for you to be. We had to interview you, brother. You led 55 laps out there today out of the 90. Nobody can say that you didn't have the dominant car. Nobody. Even Nathan said, he knew you were fast, and he did everything he could to hang on to you and try to get by you. So you definitely had the fast car today. But again, great race out there, Timothy, and thanks for putting on such a great show. Sorry about the penalty, but that's the nature of the beast, and like you even admitted, you knew that could happen, and you just kind of forgot about it for that split second, and that's the kind of mistakes we see out there from time to time, and. But you hit your pit road excellent. I mean, no speeding. You hit your mark. You stopped in your pit stall, didn't slide through, didn't have to back up, took off beautifully. I mean, everything was perfect. You just flawless all day, except for that one little tiny mistake, and that's all it takes. But you still come in sixth place. I believe that's where you finished, sixth. I'll take a look here.
I think six and zero incidents. Even the racing that. What was the winner's name again?
Nathan. Nathan Sedley.
Yeah, Nathan. Him and I, as close as we were racing, we really should have wrecked, but zero incidents. So that's my hats off to him. He raced me good. I mean, he raced me hard.
Yeah.
And I was up on my seat, and like I say, I hadn't got to win one of these in the league before, and I thought tonight was my night. But I'm not upset. I had a great time.
You sure did. You brother, you got nothing to be ashamed of at all. That was just one heck of a show you put on out there today. You just dominated that race. Just no doubt about it. So, well, thanks for talking with us, Timothy, and we'll let you get back to doing what you want to do there, and we're going to congratulate, you can hang around here if you want, we're going to congratulate our champion here tonight, Tommy Lee. Tommy, you got a copy?
Yeah, man, I'm here.
Tell us about your season here and the Nationwide Series, because you won quite a few races. I didn't have the total count on the races that you won, but
one.
You only won one?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No.
I thought you won. Oh, it was in the Truck Series. You won more than that. Okay, no, never mind. Anyhow, tell us about your season.
I mean, it was just great season. Really, I think all the members and everything, everybody that came out, made it worthwhile. Of course, you guys here at MaxSpeed, you already did a broadcast, Ed. I mean, everybody that's got a hand in all this. I mean, just great. I mean, it was a great season, and looking forward to the next ones. Don't know. Well, let's see. Since we're not running Thursday night, but yeah, I mean, just it was a great season. Wish it had been a little bit closer there in the points. I know we had two guys that were close and actually missed the last two races, so that kind of put a big gap in it. But I want to, and this is unofficial, I want to congratulate Ed on his fourth place finish in the points. I do believe is where he ended up.
Yeah, well, we haven't actually, that's unofficial. We'll have to get the tally up there, and we'll post on the Facebook page of, I want to kind of do a special thing now that all the three series are done, and I want to congratulate the top three in each series, and they'll each be getting a trophy. So you'll be getting one here for this series, Tommy, for finishing, being the champion. I'll get it out. But anyhow, congratulations on that, Tommy, man. What a season that you put on here today, or this year, and not even turning a lap today. You just wanted to go out, play it safe, let them guys have their fun, race it out. You had the championship sewed up, and but thanks a lot, Tommy, for all the help that you do. And Ed, you got anything for Tommy?
Yeah, Tommy, I just want to congratulate you, man. What an awesome season you had, buddy. It was just amazing. To show us what you can do on every track that you race over here at Maximum Speed Racing. And just awesome, man. I just want to congratulate you again for the wonderful job you do for all of us over here and the things you do anywhere you go, Tommy. I mean, it's just fantastic. And we really, really enjoy you over here racing Maximum Speed Racing, buddy.
Well, I certainly do appreciate it. I mean, like I say, this league wouldn't be anything without you and Rudy and the members. I mean, like I say, just got to definitely put it all out there for all the members and everything. Everybody that showed up for all the races, made all the racing good. I mean, it was all season. It was good, clean, hard racing, and that's what it's all about. And that's people get out here to have fun. It's not like a second job. People get aggravated and mad at people, and it's just a waste of time. Get out here, race, have fun. I mean, that's really all we did this season. And I mean, as far as I know, the season turned out real good.
Yeah, at the end of the season, it really turned out the best. I mean, I know we had some problems there during the season, but we try, like you can't just fight with anybody on the track and all that stuff. We just get past that, move on, go and have, like you said, Tommy, go up there and have fun. It's all about having fun. You know what I mean? And that's all maximum speed racing is, to have fun. It's like Timothy Lewis tonight. He went out there, had fun, showed a lot of patience on the track. A lot of drivers showed their patience on the track, and that's what made it fun. And not going to wreck everybody, you know what I mean? Just go in there and have a good old time, and that's all we talk about week after week over here at Maximum Speed Racing, is go out there and have a good time and have some fun. And like I said, Tommy, it's just phenomenal that you won the championship this year, this series. I hope you get there next year. I'm going to do a little things different next year. Still definitely doing the trophies like we do this year, guys, and there's going to be a couple of different things going on next year. So all the viewers out there, just look out for Max Speed Racing, and you'll hear it up on Maximum Speed TV. All for the info. We'll keep you informed there, all the stuff that's coming up. Back to you, Rudy.
All right. Well, thanks again there, Tommy. And Ed, congratulations to you coming home in fourth position there in the points. Great job by you.
Yeah, thank you there, Rudy.
All right, let's run down through some stats real quick here. I wanted to congratulate Timothy for leading the most laps out there and being the most dominant car today, 55 laps. Great job by him. I wish we gave a trophy for that because, man, it was well-deserved today. Blake Barney leading 18 laps. Nathan Sedlick leading 7, and most important one, the last one. Jared Akey, Rush, led 7. And James Blankenship, good run today by James. Don't know what happened to him there at the end, but he led 3 laps today. So let's run down through the results real quick here, and we'll get out of here so we can go shoot some zombies. What do you think, Tommy?
I'm game.
All right. Nathan Sedlick coming home, our winner today. Blake Barney in second. Travis Brown in third. Mark Robertson, good finish for Mark, finishing fourth. Matthew Breckel in the number 17, finishing fifth. Timothy Lewis with a dominant run today, finishing sixth. Had a 15-second penalty. He had to serve under green. Very unfortunate for him because I think he had this race sewed up today. Ed Hewitt, great run by Ed today, finishing in the 7th spot. Rush, our pole sitter, finishing 8th there, getting tangled up in a couple of little wrecks and just not having a very good afternoon. Started out great and then it kind of all fell apart, but finishing 8th. Bob Roberts, 9th. Steve Hurst, great run for Steve, finishing 10th. James Blankenship, 11th. And Tommy Lee taking up the rear of the field in 12th. So, all right, guys. Well, congratulations again to our winner, Nathan Sedlick, here at Homestead, our season finale, and we're going to be off for 2 weeks. So, if you follow along here, we're going to be deciding what car or truck we're going to be running on Wednesday nights. We will definitely be running the trucks Tuesday night. So, we'll keep you posted on Facebook and let you know what's going on. And again, congratulations to Tommy Lee for the championship here at Maximum Speed Racing. And we will see you tomorrow night on MaxSpeedTV.